Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Lesbian News. Our top story today, updates from the set of the L Word Generation Q Season 3. This last weekend, it was revealed that Rosie O'Donnell and Vanessa Estelle Williams will be back for Season 3 of Generation Q. No word yet on how many episodes Carrie and Pippa will be in, but Rosie did reveal that she will be returning to set on July 22nd. That does come a few days after Laurel's London Bankside Gallery show has started, and Laurel has stated she will be there on the first and final day of the show. So this means that Laurel is most likely going back to LA to film in between the first and final day of her show. We'll keep our eyes peeled for any more guest star news and for how many episodes Vanessa and Rosie will end up being in. COVID also hit the set of Gen Q, with Kate and Leisha both being brought down and having to quarantine at home. It does seem as though they were expecting some outbreaks on set, and there shouldn't be any delays for Season 3, with them building days into the schedule to allow for this sort of thing. Make sure you're subscribed and following over on Instagram to stay up to date with everything from the set of the L Word Generation Q. On to our next story. Stranger Things Season 4 Part 2 blasted onto our screens last Friday, July 1st. While not strictly gay itself, Stranger Things does have a lead character who is a lesbian, and with the show set in the 1980s, it does provide an interesting perspective. While the show is mainly focused on the supernatural and fighting the Demogorgons, Venka, and other creatures in the Upside Down, there is a little bit of focus on Robin and her crush, Vicky. There is a possibility of another LGBTQ character on Stranger Things, and that is Will Byers. The creators of the show have said they purposely left Will Byers' character's sexuality open, which of course is the most straight decision ever. The character is quite LGBTQ coded, and some people are identifying the character as queer baiting. Straight showrunners and writers do this to appeal to straight people while capitalizing on queer audiences, and they want to get points from that LGBTQ audience, but they don't want to push away homophobic audience members and their money. While Robin is an out character, she was a later addition to the show, having appeared only in the past couple of seasons. And she also is a little bit older than Will and the other kid characters. We'll see what the Duffer Brothers have in store next season, as they have said that Will is going to play one of the most central roles in Season 5. Apparently, we'll even learn why the Upside Down is frozen in time the day that Will went missing. You can catch the entire 4th season and the first 3 seasons of Stranger Things over on Netflix right now, and the 5th and final season of Stranger Things is expected in 2024. On to our next story. While not strictly a lesbian show, it does star one of our absolute L Word favorites, Sepideh Moafi. Seppi is starring in a new show from Apple called Blackbird. Blackbird is based on true events and tells the story of Jimmy Keene, a former high school football hero who's sentenced to 10 years behind bars in a minimum security prison. However, Keene must make a gamble for his future when he is presented with an offer to undergo his full sentence at the minimum security prison with no possibility of parole, or to take on a mission impossible in hell. Keene would be transported to a maximum security prison housing the worst criminals imaginable, all to befriend suspected serial killer Larry Hall. Keene is tasked with manipulating his new ally into confessing the location where the bodies of several young girls have been buried. Seppi is starring as the FBI handler of Keene, and we're all excited to see Blackbird when it comes out this Friday.
We would like you to transfer to another prison and befriend someone to elicit a confession.
Blackbird will be releasing the first 2 episodes on July 8th, and this is followed by weekly releases, with the finale airing on Apple TV on August 5th. Before the rest of our stories, let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Miss G. G, how's the weather looking this July? Thanks, G. On to the rest of our stories. The Boys airs its season finale this week, and while By Queen Maeve has not been a huge part of the season, the show remains excellent and goes to places no other TV show goes to.
Grand marshals at the New York and Chicago Pride because you are two proud lesbians.
You know Maeve is bi, right?
Yeah, you know what? I just feel like Lesbian is a bit of an easier sell, a bit more cut and dry.
The Boys has been renewed for a 4th season, and you can catch the final and 8th episode of season 3 when it comes out on Friday, July 8th on Amazon Prime. Also out this week is Thor: Love and Thunder. And we are unsure whether we'll be seeing any women loving women content in this movie. We're hopeful after Tessa Thompson's statement at Comic-Con 3 years ago.
New king, she needs to find her a queen. So that would be...
And she's also said she plays the character as a bisexual. However, Marvel usually sidesteps this sort of thing, not wanting to lose money from homophobic countries or homophobic people. Regardless, there's a lot of lady eye candy in this movie, and I'll definitely be checking it out when it comes out this Friday, July 8th in cinemas. Also continuing to air this week, Only Murders in the Building on Hulu in the US and Disney Plus in the UK and Europe, Westworld on HBO Max, and Irma Vep on HBO Max also. We'll of course be back next week with the latest and greatest in women loving women news, and you can also become a member of this channel, so make sure you either hit that join button or that subscribe button. From everyone here at the studio, Miss G and myself, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.